Got to hit like 100 buttons here, so hang tight.
Trying to keep my notes up too.
I've got all your notes here too. Oh wow, Instagram does look different. I don't know if I like this. It's way close.
It is like,
it's way close. You're like this next time, but I can't change it now. So we're rolling this way for today. But oh my gosh, next time that is way close. They're like new feature for paid users. I pay a lot for this every month. I'm like, well, heck, if this is for the paid users, I'll try it. No, the old way next week. I can guarantee you that. Holy cow! I don't need to be up that close on me. Nobody wants to see that. If my wife was scrolling through Instagram, she'll be like, "What were you doing?" She's upstairs. She'll be like, "Oh my god, what was that?" She'll be like, "Stop." Oh mercy. Oh man, that's not good. Good. Yeah, please, if you're watching on Instagram, Pecos 1911, go watch on YouTube. It's in landscape mode.
Well, he's still up close.
Yeah. And the scroll is on top instead of the bottom, I think. I don't know. It's all wacky. That's messed up. Okay, let me mute the Discord so it's not beeping. For 3 hours, that'll get it. All right. 2798. So what part of New York are you in?
Portchester, New York. It's in Westchester County, like just north of New York City.
Nice. Never been up that way.
It's something as a Midwesterner.
I'd be lost.
It is quite different.
Yeah. I signed up for the New York Marathon once, didn't get in. I was like, kind of.
Yeah, I did it last year and never again.
It's hilly, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a hilly course.
Right? It is the beginning is like super fast and they tell you not to go out fast. And I did. And then the end was just horrible. But it was amazing, but it was hard.
No, so real quick before we start, like the Run Disney races, which ones do you do down there? Have you done a lot of those?
I haven't done one yet, and we're looking at the, I guess, 2027 season to see. I'm trying to get my husband on board because he's not a runner, so we'll see. But I haven't done any yet.
Do marathon weekend if you can. It's awesome, especially considering you've done New York. You'd love it. It feels like a race. It's the most like race weekendy feel.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 2798 is Monday. No, Monday's not a holiday. Welcome to episode 2798 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're having a great week already. It's Monday. I mean, it's a few hours in. How bad can it be so far? We're going to make it awesome. We're going to have a great trip report today. We have actually more than one trip to talk about today. We're going to focus on one, kind of hit a couple others quickly, and just take a virtual trip down to Walt Disney World. Headed to New York today with listener Jessica. Jessica, thanks for joining us today. What's going on?
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about this topic that I can talk about for hours.
Love it. So you're up in New York, and you said kind of close to New York City. So your small corner of the world, tell us something maybe that your little corner of the world is known for. That's kind of what we're doing here over the last month.
Yep, I have been prepared. So I live in Portchester, New York, which is part of the town of Rye. So a lot of the little towns around here are actually villages, and we're part of like larger towns. So Rye has a amusement park called Playland, and in the movie Big, that's where they're at on the boardwalk when he talks to Zoltar. It's at
No
that
way.
amusement
I love
park.
Pig. No way. Oh man, that's Zoltar kind of freaked me out as a kid. That's yeah, that was a scary
Yeah.
boardwalk. Yeah, I would not go down there after dark. No way. That's something. Well, that's I love learning
Uh,
these kind of things. That's awesome. So is
yeah.
there still
So
is there like some kind of is there a Zoltar machine there still like showing like that Big was filmed there or something like that?
yeah, I mean, it's, like, inside of, the amusement park now, which the amusement park is, like, kind of open, kinda not these days. It's a longer story than we have time for, but, it's still there, just not, like, on the boardwalk, it's in the amusement park, so
Hmm. Okay. All right.
but yeah.
Now, welcome to your nightmare. If that thing scared you like it did when I was like 8 or 9, or that thing was a little spooky. All right. So let's talk some Disney. Let's jump in here. So tell me about your Disney fandom because you're a runner also and you're up in New York. So how did this Disney thing start for you?
Sure. So, I actually never went to Disney as a child, surprisingly, considering how much I go now. My mom likes to tell me that she was the first one to take me because she was pregnant with me when she went to Magic Kingdom. Um, but I went in high school, like to Magic Kingdom once, and then we had my daughter, my oldest child, and I said I want to take her to Disney like before we have any other kids. We had went when I turned 30. That's when I finished nursing school. We did some, some stuff there. But we also went to the other park that's in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
So we did a lot. So we went and we went with our friends who go to Disney all the time. And then I said, oh my God, I have to come back. And it just kind of spiraled into, oh, let's get DVC. Let's keep going.
Oh my gosh.
So that one trip was so magical and it just was like blew my mind that all the stuff they have to offer. And then we just we got into DVC, we looked into it, we said, this is what we want to do for vacations for the foreseeable future. We talked our friends into getting DVC that we went with. So now we go all the time.
I would say you're all the way in. You're not even the deep end. You're like in the ocean,
Yeah,
in the
which
waters. That's good stuff.
she is now almost 8 and she was 3 at the time. So, I mean, I didn't show you this earlier, but I do have a tattoo of the tiki birds as well.
You are so in. I mean, you showed me the awesome shirt that you got, but I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the ink, yeah, full of flavor.
So I'm full-fledged Disney adult now.
I love it. So let me ask you this, because I mean, obviously, kind of hit hard quickly for you. You know, you got down there, you got bit by the bug, and you're just like, dude, this is it. This is my place. You know, we're in. I mean, 100%. So like how would you if you're going to describe that to somebody you just met at work, you know, a new hire comes into the hospital and you're kind of bonding over lunch, you know, they see your tattoos, like what are those birds about? Like what would you say, like what got you? Was it, you know, for me it was like the infrastructure kind of thing, 365 days a year, it just never stops. Like it's that just amazes me, like how many people come in and out, it just never stops, like it's just always going. But what is it for you that got you just so enthused so quickly to buy DVC, to be there all the time?
So I think just honestly, like this is maybe the cliche answer that people say, but seeing Disney through my child's eyes and like she actually believes, that this is the princess, this is the character. Still, even now, like luckily, she still really fully believes in all of it. And I have a son who's younger, who's around the same age that she was when we first started taking her. Um, that honestly was just like, this is amazing that she's having so much fun. And then I've always been a roller coaster person, a ride person. Luckily, my kids are, my husband is, my friends are. And then to go as an adult to know that there's actually so many things that you can do as an adult without your kids, even, I tell people all the time when they're like, why do you keep going back? I'm like, because you go to the theme parks, but then you go to the resorts and you can do all these different kinds of restaurants, all these different kinds of bars. You go to Epcot, you can get authentic food. We've been to some of these countries that are in the showcase and it's pretty close, if not exactly the same quality. And just the immersion of like you get in the bubble and it's just nothing matters. You're just here to have fun and be silly and like really get into it. It was just like it was just so much fun to do it like with kids, without kids, and my kids are now completely hooked as well, so they'll be Disney kids as well. I think that's, it's just all of that combined. It was like, this is a cool place to come, and we just kept coming back.
You build those family memories, you get to escape, you get to bond as a family while you're there, because and you'll get to see this as your kids get older too, is that when, like you said, I mean, before we start recording, you said, your daughter's at basketball, so now you have time to record for a few minutes because she's there. It's like everybody starts going their own ways to all their activities and so forth. But when you're at Walt Disney World, I think Paul said this over to one of our great listeners over in the clubhouse, I get that quality family time. Like it's just about being a family, having good meals, riding attractions, laughing together, seeing shows, like even just the times, in the hotel room late at night before everybody goes to bed, like just joking around as a family, because even though you're still living in the same house and doing that, everybody's going there, everybody's playing with their phones at home, but there's something about being on vacation. Everybody's just loose and it's all about making those memories. And, I think that's kind of what you said. Like when you're in that bubble, you're relaxed, you're having fun.
Yeah. And like, I don't even know where my phone is half the time when I'm on vacation, because I'm not in charge of Lightning Lane. So I don't know where my phone is. I'm just completely like, I'm here for the family. And it's really fun to make those memories. And my kids have this kind of childhood of just magic, really. It's been fun.
So let's start with your trip you took in August. So I want to talk about this. When you stayed at the Boardwalk, now you also went with we can talk about the crew, but so the Boardwalk, is that your DVC resort? You guys, Boardwalk, is that your DVC is, or?
No, actually we're Riviera. So my husband's family used to go when they were kids a lot, and they always stayed at the Boardwalk. So when the opportunity came, I don't typically get time off in the summer. All my healthcare workers know it goes by seniority, and there's a lot of people in my unit that have kids, so they all take summer weeks when the kids are off. I was very lucky that I got a week. So we told his parents, like, hey, let's go. This is our time, because his dad's still a teacher. So yay, teachers.
Yeah. Teachers and healthcare workers. Shout out both. They're amazing.
We booked a Riviera, and then at the time we could rebook, we booked Boardwalk, and they just followed in suit. So we were lucked out that it was a kind of a quieter time, because it's like late August before anything really was starting for the holidays, like food and wine and all that stuff. So we were pretty easily got into the Boardwalk. So it was nice for them to have nostalgia of going back to where they were, and it's updated since then, obviously, because it's been forever. And then it was new for us. So it was good for both.
Yeah, it's a great time to go because, around here in the Midwest and the South, everybody's back in school for 3 weeks by then. Where you guys are, nobody is. Still,
nope, that's till Labor Day. So
exactly, it's like, oh my gosh, we've been back. It's like it's mid-quarter by the time you guys went. So the Boardwalk though, were they disappointed the scary clown pool wasn't there? When they got there, the chairs were there. Those
conversation.
The scary chairs are still in the lobby, though. Those things will scare the dickens out of you. Those things are still there. I mean, the Boardwalk has some weird stuff.
It was interesting, but the clown being gone was a big topic of conversation. But luckily, because I think my kids would have been freaked out going down the slide out of the mouth of a clown, but luckily they love Mickey and Minnie, so that worked out. But they remembered the carousel things like in the lobby, so a lot of it was kind of still the same, just newer. And then the pool was obviously updated, so good for both.
It's such a great resort. I stayed there one year for marathon weekend with Scott's family, and it worked out perfect for marathon weekend. It was just great. But the problem was I ate all that junk food on the Boardwalk. I kept going down and corn dogs and funnel cakes. I'm like, dude, what are we doing? It's terrible.
5 minutes to Epcot, and that doesn't
Oh,
it's
no,
not good for
100%.
your diet either.
100%. It was just like, and it was marathon weekend. We're doing dopey, so we're just like just abusing ourselves. Like, oh, we're gonna run 26 miles. Who cares? Get another corn dog. Like it's our third one today. Do we need one? No, get a slice of pizza instead. It's healthier. No, it isn't. What are you doing? Like, it's a wonder we're still alive. So you were down there for 7 days. You went with your husband's parents. So give us some highlights from the trip. Like well, I saw in the notes, like this is like later on in the notes, but grandma and grandpa riding roller coasters. When I saw that,
That
I'm just like,
was
that is awesome. Like that's what a family got. That's what I want, but that's never happened for my family. But man, that would be amazing.
it shocked us. So we booked lightning lanes beforehand, and we purposely for some of the rides didn't book for all the adults. We were like, no way that grandpa or grandma, like we booked like an extra one, whatever. Let me tell you, grandma, I don't ride rock and roller coaster. That's like the one roller coaster I don't ride because it just is too much for me. She rode it and wanted to ride it
Nice.
again.
Nice.
And then my children love mine train, so we booked them lightning lanes for that because we said if they don't want to go, then we'll just take the kids again. It's fine. Um, they rode it as well, and I think it just completely shocked me that the rides that they wanted to do. She rode Flight of Passage. It was like I didn't expect Grandma to be, riding the rides, and she was the one that shocked us the most, I think.
See, those are memories those kids are gonna have forever. No kidding. Like, I mean, I'm 51 years old and I still remember it. Like, oh my gosh, I was probably like 7 or 6, right? I mean, this was forever ago. My great grandpa, he must have been 80 or something. He jumped on my bicycle and was riding it down the
Yeah.
street. And I just remember my grandma, his daughter like popping out like, Alvin, what are you doing? Your dad, get off that bicycle. Like he's like over 80 years old riding my dirt bike, my BMX bike when I was a kid, because he was just an old, like cool guy, but it was she was scared that
Yeah.
it was like hip or something. But I mean, like that's it, right? It's like, grandma came in clutch, dude. I mean, it's
I
like,
know.
like unexpected magic, it's like, but that's I hope you got like pictures, videos
Oh
of
yeah.
it. Oh my god.
We had the photo pass, so I've got memories and we'll definitely it was my kids were like, "Grandma's riding," well, they call her Mimi. "Mimi's riding rock and roller coaster?" I was like, "I guess so."
You're like, Mimi don't play. You better listen to Mimi. That's exactly it. So give us some more highlights. I love the way this is starting off. So tell us about the trip, though. I love that memory.
Sure. So we came in on a Saturday. We typically, if we're going to do a week, do Saturday to Saturday. We got in and it was like afternoon. So we didn't really have any plans to do parks that day. We had thought about going into Epcot, but we just like, oh, let's just take our time. Like, let's get settled in. This is a new resort for us. We had a ADR for Trattoria al Forno, which was chef's kiss.
Oh, love it. Yes.
So good. And then we literally, we went to the pool and I didn't realize because the last time I went around to the boardwalk, we didn't go at night. All the entertainment that is out there, that was like my kids' highlight of the whole trip was like, can we go back to the boardwalk and watch the jugglers? Can we go back and watch the jump ropers? Like the magic show, like all this stuff. So that's what we saw the first night. I was like, oh, this is going to be a great trip if this is how this is going to go. We ended up doing night swimming, I think like early evening night swimming that first day. And then I said, like, let's get to bed early. We all traveled today. And then we just kind of hit all the parks all week. We always try to go to every park except Animal Kingdom twice when we go for a whole week. Animal Kingdom is just so hot. There's not a whole lot of rides my kids can do there. So we try to like bookend Magic Kingdom days. And just hit all the parks every single day. I will say it was the beginning of the Halloween party at Magic Kingdom and just how it worked out with our plans. We went to Magic Kingdom, both were party days.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like my new top tip for anybody is go on a park day if you're not going to the party. It was like we didn't need our lightning lanes. Like it was crazy because we've been at the busiest times, of the year, and it was just like a ghost town. It was crazy. We did everything.
That's an awesome tip, but it's the only wrinkle it has now, obviously, is that you miss Starlight, right? I mean, is that the only?
True.
I mean, but I mean, it's a trade-off, right? I mean, it's like, do you take the whole day with low crowds, getting to do everything you want, but
Yeah.
because what that's going to do is going to draw everybody to have Hopper to those other days so they can see the nighttime parade and fireworks.
Right. And we had a plan of on our Animal Kingdom day to hop over, but everyone was kind of like, it was very hot. I've never been in August before.
Smoking hot. Good humid.
It was hot. So we just made the pivot. Like, we're so flexible now, that we kind of follow what our kids are up for. I'm not going to force them to go to a park if they're exhausted and stuff. So, that kind of day we're like, okay, we're just not going to see it, but you know what? We're going to be back. So it's fine. Let's do night swimming. And they are obsessed now after this summer with the night swimming at the resorts, which I am a blonde, very fair skinned, want to stay away from the sun. So
Scotty G's like nodding with wherever he is right now. He's not on the show, but he's up in Michigan somewhere, just nodding right along. He's the biggest night swimmer in the world because that dude is red haired, blonde. He's a redheaded guy. He does not like the sun.
Yeah. So it's like, I was fine with being in the pool at night, and they still had Cool Kids Summer going on. So they had so many things at night at the pool. They had different games. They had different glow stick stuff. So it was better because it was kind of cool to be out there. So yeah, I'm trying to think of kind of how I want to talk about it. So we did Magic Kingdom, like I said, both party days. So my kids are very picky eaters. We purposely, we never do this. We booked an ADR basically for every single day we were there. And we normally don't do that. Mostly because my kids are picky eaters. I don't know what they're going to eat. I don't want to make them sit down at a restaurant. They had a newfound love for all the spaghetti on.
Really? I was gonna say, because I was looking at this, you did have a lot of Italian.
Yes. Which, you know what?
Italian, but you have a lot of Italian on the docket here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of married into an Italian family, so it's kind of a safe bet.
Italian's good. These are all good restaurants. I would go to every one of them and try to be at Forno, do that lasagna is like one of my top 5 dishes anywhere on property. It's like a little flower. So pretty.
It was so good. Tony's a town square. We booked it. Which also, if you're going on a party day, make sure you make your reservation for before the party, because we originally had it for later. And I was like, oh my God, we can't be here. So we had to push it up to 4 something. My kids were like, this is the best spaghetti ever. They live in New York. They have true Italian food, but
can we get that on a plaque?
Yeah.
Can you say that again so we can put that on Yelp?
It was so funny. And it was delicious. The breadstick things that are there, I could have had an entire loaf of them. It was so good. Hollywood Studios, I'm trying to think. Oh, our second I'm just going to stay kind of on the park. So their second Magic Kingdom day, we finally saw the rainy day cavalcade. I have been waiting forever to finally see it, and it was so cute. It wasn't even raining. It was threatening to rain.
I'm like, people try to not see that usually, but okay.
I mean, I know we've seen the parade though, so I was like, we've never been here when it happens, and it wasn't even raining, which is the funny part.
That's weird.
But funny. It was threatening to rain, so we're not going to do the whole one. It was actually so cute and so cool. So I don't know. That was kind of a highlight of ours too. Let's see. Hollywood Studios is always a very big deal for my kids because they're obsessed with Star Wars. They're 3 and 7, obsessed with Star Wars. So which I think is hilarious, but they love going to that park. They ride Star Tours over and over and over again.
Good.
Which I think is funny. They've both now been the Rebel spy.
Oh, see, that's awesome. I can't do Star Tours anymore, but that's a cool. And Star Tours they've made it so much better over the last 10 years. I wish I could do it. I just can't do it.
It's a family favorite of ours, of all the ones. So that was, and we finally are, my husband and I have seen Fantasmic. My daughter doesn't remember that she's been to Fantasmic, but we made a point every day to leave in the middle of the day to come back for a break, whether it was raining and we just kind of sat in the hotel room or we went swimming. But we were like, let's go see Fantasmic. I tried to like pump it up for her. We did Up Rodeo before, like right before the show was going to start. And they both like were in like awe of the whole thing. And now they're obsessed with Sorcerer Mickey, which I'm like, love that for you.
I kind of like that show a ton myself. I love.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, I use that for obviously the music at the beginning, but it's the show's so good. I mean, it's got fire. It's got Sorcerer Mickey. It's got the water screens. It's got a big boat at the end. It's got every character. It's so good.
They were just like, this is so cool. Their only complaint was that we sat too close and the fire was very hot. But
depends on the time. Like, I mean, you're in August. I mean, you go in January, it's a blessing.
I know. So that was cool. We saw the new villain show, which was really cute. They're like, they know all the characters at this point. They love all the old movies. So like Cruella de Vil was really cool to see for them. That kind of stuff. I'm trying to think. Epcot, we literally went to Epcot every single day, probably, if not almost every day, because if we came back for a break and we didn't go back to the park, we would just walk into Epcot. There was plenty of times where we just were like, hey, we had a lunch ADR or something, or like some other kind of whatever. And we were like, let's just go into Epcot and see what we can get for dinner at one of the, the world showcases. So that was a really cool experience for my kids too, because they were like, we can just walk into a park, and they're used to like the Skyliner or a bus or whatever. So I think that's a huge highlight, which everyone knows, but staying at the Boardwalk was definitely like, we spent a lot of time in Epcot, and my kids love Epcot. They love doing the kids cot. They love Remy's and Frozen. They actually are obsessed with Figment. So we did that a lot.
Those experiences too, when you're like at a Boardwalk Yacht Club, Beach Club, kind of like a Crescent Lake Resort, even Swan or Dolphin, is that like you were there for a week, right? You don't have to do those experiences like the Kid Cot fun stops like in a day, like especially if you're there for a week. Hit 2 countries on Wednesday, hit 2 more on Thursday, then Saturday do 4 more. Like just have it in the backpack, and then as you go, spread out over the week, and then collect all 11 throughout the week, and it kind of gives you like a reason to kind of get around over the 7 days. That's kind of what we used to do with Paige back in the day. It was fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. They got super into it, and we spent a lot of time in the Japan pavilion because the store is just super cool. And my daughter actually got one of those fans that fold up.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a pick a pearl, because that's what Paige always used to have, the pick a pearl. They'd play the drum, they'd measure the thing. It was a whole show. I don't know if they still do it or not. Do they still?
It's still there. I am actually allergic to shellfish, so
I mean, I don't think you're supposed to eat it, but I don't know if it would
I don't know, touching it. I was like, you're free. You might touch my face afterwards.
I mean, safety first. But I'm just saying, it's a whole big deal, man. Because she would be locked in. I mean, oh my god, I had to buy whatever $30 or something. They hit the drum. She'd be like, she'd study them. There's like 100 or 50, 200 of them in there. She'd pick the one that's way down the bottom, fish that sucker out, and she'd be like, I'm gonna get a big one, big one. No, it'd never be a big one. I'm like, what are we gonna do with this stupid thing? But that story is awesome though.
It is. And she got one of those fans, and the cast member was like, what's your name? And she wrote her name in Japanese, like the letters, I guess. And on it's stuff like that too, where it's like the cast members actually try to create magic as well. Cause she was like, she still talks about it. And this was in August, that like, do you remember when she did that? That was so cool. And like, then she wanted to like learn more about Japan. And like, it was cool. So, yeah, I think Animal Kingdom when we went was 1 million degrees, but we made do.
Always.
It was, we actually have never taken our kids into the Boneyard before, and this was right before it closed, I guess, or maybe like a month before. We couldn't get them out of there. It was like They were
never showed it to him.
I know, because I'm like, it's so hot. You're like, it's sticking to you like that tar stuff that's in like the sand, whatever. I was like, you're so sweaty. Like, and they're like, no, this is great.
It was the best playground. I mean, I remember like when Mallory was little, I loved that playground. Like I mean, that playground, like the slide or whatever went up. Like I swore it was like 3 stories tall. It was
I
so
know.
good.
It was really cool, and I kind of regret never taking them back there because now it's gone. But like, it was like, and my 3-year-old is like big enough now that like he can, do it on his own. So it was kind of like a little break for us. But then they didn't want to leave. But we also did the Wilderness Explorer thing, and again, they love the movie Up, so that for them, they never done that before. So we went to everyone except for Rafiki's Planet Watch because that was a little out of the way. My daughter was Russell for Halloween this year because of that. So that was cool, but she kept the book because she's like, okay, next time we go to Animal Kingdom, I got to go to Rafiki's Watch so I can get the rest of the badges. So it's another thing that's like, that's cool that
you know what's gonna happen, Jessica, though. You're gonna be sitting on the plane, like on the like taxiing. She's like, did you pack my book?
Did you forget the book? I know.
Sitting home on the kitchen table.
I know. I keep an eye on it because I'm like, I'm not losing this book because I'm not doing it all again.
Better that than the passport.
I know. But yeah, so that was cool. I'm just trying to think of what else we did. So like the Boardwalk stuff in particular. So we did 2 Magic Kingdom days, 2 Epcot days. Well, kind of a lot of Epcot half days, I guess. 2 Hollywood Studio days, 1 Animal Kingdom day. So like when we came back for breaks, if it was raining, because a lot of times we wanted to swim, but it was raining, or it was like it lightninged somewhere in the distance, so they have to close. So we had to figure out what else to do. They actually have really good amenities there. They had an arcade room that also had like crafts and stuff, which I was like, they loved that. And that was like, we played air hockey, or they could do a craft, or they could whatever. They also have, I don't know if it's all deluxe, but I know at Riviera, just because we go there, and this one, they had where you have to find the statue and you get like a pin and they hide it around the resort. So at Riviera, it's Pascal, and you had to find Pascal somewhere. And then this one was Goofy. So we did that a couple of days trying to find where Goofy was to get like their pin or whatever. So that was pretty cool. But
so because I'm not up on this. So like, where did you go to the check-in desk to find out about this, or like how did you know this was happening?
They told us the very first time we stayed at Riviera, they told us when we checked in, and have you ever stayed here? Do you want to know more? And also the community room where like
So for the DVC community hall. Okay.
Yeah, which anyone can go to, but
yeah.
Either like they told us when the first time we went, and then if you go to the community room, they definitely tell you. Because that's where you get the pin, is at the community room. But it's a fun activity for kids to do every day because you get like little stickers and pins and stuff. So
that's cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's stuff that makes the resort more like a resort than a hotel. It's like,
yeah, it was fun. And they like the cast members, when it was raining, they would be like, here, come and do this. Like they just like make stuff to do. So it was really fun. It did rain. I mean, again, Florida summer, it rained at least once a day, every day. We were well equipped. We had all the ponchos, we had whatever. It didn't phase us really. And I did one of our very favorite memories too, because we went to Magic Kingdom the second time in that week. I'm just looking over my notes to remind myself. We actually were jumping in, like we let them jump in all the puddles. We're like, we have extra clothes. Do whatever you want. The little like tiki things that spray at you. They were like,
Ricky named them. They're called the leaky tikis. You'll learn that. So we're recording these out of order. You haven't heard Friday's show yet, but Ricky names them on Friday's show the leaky tikis.
The leaky tikis.
I don't know if that's legit, but she called them leaky tikis, and we're rolling with it for the rest of the time. So there you go. I was like, oh my God, I saw this. It's like, it's got to be next to the leaky tikis. I hope she says them. Yes.
Yes, the leaky tikis. So they definitely were playing in the leaky tikis because it was already raining anyway, kind of. And then like I was like, go for it. I don't even care how wet you get. I have extra clothes. And then they started jumping in rain puddles. And then literally, like, again, one of my favorite memories, two cast members. I want to say probably from Pirates, but just Adventureland in general. They start jumping in puddles with them. They're like,
Oh,
in puddles.
can't beat them, Jordan.
Coolest thing. I don't know, like stuff like the little things. It's not necessarily like the biggest ride or the biggest thrill or like, oh my God, you got to meet like 17 princesses. No, it's like these little memories are like some of them my most favorite, and my kids are like, that's what they talk about half the time is.
Well, and that's exactly it. I mean, because what you're saying, like, I mean, we've been talking here for like 30 minutes, and like the things your kids are gonna enjoy the most, and as a parent, what you get the most joy out of is seeing your kids have the greatest time. I mean, you've said like Wilderness Explorer, doing that, night swimming, just hanging out, just it's the small moments, jumping in puddles in Adventureland. And the thing is, I think you're at the point. I mean, you've obviously been a few times, your DVC, so you get it. You're more chill. I think though the challenge is for somebody that's going on like a first, a second, a third trip to Walt Disney World, you see it and you're like, but I spent all this money and like I want to make sure that we do 17 attractions today, because this is why we came. We came to do Pirates. We came to see Ariel. We came to, have this meal and that meal. I think it's like you're trying to check those things off a list. And
yeah,
I even think on a first trip though, you got to kind of just let the magic happen, even if it is the greatest memories are the pool, even at Pop Century or All Star Sports. It's the kids are gonna remember that more than they will, ride on Big Thunder or Tiana's or something like that, I think.
Right. And I think all of the resort pools are super cool. I actually told my husband recently, I was like, even if we don't stay at whatever one has the Sorcerer Mickey like fountain in the pool, I was like, I want to go to that pool, but we have to like stay there. So can we just stay there for a night? Like, like any of the pools. And that's what I always tell people, because they come to me, like a lot of people will be like, hey, I'm going to Disney for the first time. Can I get some advice?
Exactly. Yeah.
I know. I said, well, I can tell you the things that you should do, but also you need to like build in time for these little moments, because that's what actually matters, is not pushing your kids to be like, which it is important too. Like you want to ride all the rides, you want to do all that stuff, you want to meet all the characters, but also build in time where you can be flexible to be like, you know what, let's pivot. Let's just do this instead. It's raining. It's not the end of the world. It's going to stop, let's do this instead. And I try to always tell people like those are actually some of our favorite memories, is when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. Let me ask you about a couple of things on this trip, because you have, so you said something happened. You did the pictures over at Sir Mickey's, and
yeah. So that was didn't know they had that there. We knew that they do the Pixie Dust for free. Like you can go in and get it. And so we did that. And then they're like, hey, you want to come take your picture? And I was like, kind of like, is it free? Like, is it just part of like the photo pass? Like, I'm like, yeah. It's literally this little studio that they ask you what your favorite character is, or favorite princess, or favorite whatever. They have props. I don't know if you know anything about this. I didn't, but they have props. And so my daughter said, I love Rapunzel. They gave her a frying pan and a little shoulder buddy, Pascal, and took her pictures. And she's like modeling for like 5 minutes about it. And I was like, I had no idea this was even here. And they're like, yeah, we just open it up sometimes and people can come in with their photo pass and just get free pictures. And like, they're like professional pictures, which is
okay. I think I know. Okay. So now I know. I think what this is, like after Bibbidi Bobbidi in the castle, I think the girls or whoever the girls guys, they all go over to there and get their pictures done there. What that's basically for, because I could have this wrong, but because Mallory got her hair done, did the Bibbidi Bobbidi, like we bought the dress, she got the dress off like Shop Disney because it's way cheaper, but we got her hair done there, right? We met her halfway. We didn't pay the whole big price; it was too expensive. But like she got her hair done. And then I think we went over there and they took her picture in Sir Mickey's. She's a senior in high school. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they took her picture in there, like a backdrop, like you're mentioning.
Yeah.
But I think they also have this in Disney Springs too, over on the marketplace side, because back then they used to have it. They had a Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique right down there by Once Upon a Toy, and you would do it down there. Then you walk down to this place kind of behind Ghirardelli. Yeah, and they would do it in there too. I think it's the same thing, but that's a great tip though. I mean, because just sitting there.
Check it out. I mean, It was just open that day because, like I said, I didn't even know it was there. And they're like, yeah, just come in. It's fine. So maybe they didn't have many reservations for
Yeah,
Bippity Boppy.
I'll bet right there with the camera. Kim could tell us, but she's at Disneyland right now, so she's living her best life. Our favorite photographer. So one of the cake bake shop. What'd you guys think? Again, you guys were right there on the boardwalk, perfect. But was it worth the hype? What'd you think?
It was so actually. Fun fact: I'm from Indiana originally, born and raised.
Home of cake.
The original cake bake shop is from like north of Indianapolis. They opened after I moved here, so I didn't have it there. But I was like, oh, this is like amazing because it's kind of my home, whatever. It was phenomenal. It was pricey. I mean, we got only like a piece of cake to share. Because also that same night, so another hot tip, Morocco is like never talked about. Their cookies, and that like it's like on the end of the pavilion, kind of near the lake.
It's on the inside, right? Like on the inside by the lake. Because I've seen the cookies and I've been curious about them because they look good, but I'm always like, I don't know, man. Moroccan cookies, like what do they taste like? So you're telling me they're good cookies? Because I've looked at them a couple times.
Literally every time we go to Disney World, we get it's almost like a sampler. We just get like one of each and we'll share them. So with that night, we got a cake bake shop piece of cake and we got Morocco cookies and all of us. So we actually had 2 separate rooms, my family and my husband's mom and dad and sister. But we called them ahead of time and they put us in conjoining rooms. So we just had the door open the whole week. So we just had like a big dessert party in our hotel room. So it was.
That's scary. That's it. When I stayed at the boardwalk, that's how it was with Scott. We had his family, like with ours, door open between the two and just ate junk food for like a week. It was terrible. It was horrible.
Yep. But it was, I mean, it's pricey, but it was a very good piece of cake. So.
I got to try those cookies now because I know exactly what you're talking about. And I've walked past those cookies many times. And I was like, I don't know, man. There's something I'm like Moroccan cookies. I've never had like I'm used to just Entenmann's or like Keebler. I don't know.
They were pretty good, not too exotic because I'm still kind of a little Midwest palate.
Yeah, that's me. Like give me some soft batch. I'm just Oreo. It's fine. But, we'll see. So, okay. So that trip was awesome. Look, we got about 10 minutes left. So I kind of want to hit these other trips that you went on. Now you did one in June. It's a real quick, look like a 2-night, little quick weekend one where you guys went to Animal Kingdom Lodge. So how did that one come together?
So when we originally booked the August trip, so spoiler, we also went in May, as you know from the notes, but the May trip was actually the original trip that was booked that we knew we were going to do this summer for my daughter's birthday. And then when I got my vacation schedule out, I was like, oh, August, boom, let's go. But when you book DVC and I booked our home resort and then Boardwalk was actually less points, but it was stuck in the like year we had to use it, the points that like the point difference. So we had like 30 points where we're like, we're going to lose them.
Yep.
So that's how this weekend came about because we had points and that was like the resort we could book at that for that amount of points. And so we booked it for the last day of my daughter's school year. We didn't tell her about it. Or my son, who's 3, again, he didn't know either, but she came home. Her friend from school, she knew was going to Disney for like that weekend into the next to like 4th of July week. So I literally it's a half day of school. I said, hey, we got to go home now. We have a local airport that's like 10 minutes from our house. And she's like, no, I want to play on the playground. It's the last day of school. I was like, no, we have to go home now. And she's like, why?
No fun.
I know. So I get home. I had this whole surprise. That's how it kind of came about. It was like, I don't know if you've ever surprised your kids like something like this. It was like everything a parent dreams of being able to I know my kids go to Disney all the time, but to surprise them with a trip and they're still like, oh my God, are you serious? We're going to be there at the same time as my friend. Like it was like blowed her mind. So that was just a quick weekend. We had got really cheap tickets from the airport. Animal Kingdom Lodge we never stayed at. It was definitely hard with having a stroller. They only have buses, so it's a little bit more difficult with transportation, but still loved the resort. It was so cool. We didn't have a safari or Savannah view, but they must have upgraded us because we had animals outside of our window. It was super cool. Highlight of that trip, Cool Kid Summer was like just starting, maybe.
Yeah.
My daughter got to jump rope with Donald and Goofy outside, and she double dutched. And whatever magic the cast members had that like made her be able to double dutch, don't know, because she's like, "How did I just do that?" I was like, "I don't know," but it was like so cool. And she's like, "That's a memory I'll have forever." And then we met our friends at Epcot the next day, so she knew her friend was there. The friend didn't know she was there.
Oh
Met him
my
at the
God.
entrance.
How cool was that? That was probably just nuts.
We all had matching, all the moms, the kids, not the dads or the grandma didn't want to participate, or my husband will say he wanted to, but he didn't. So we all just like had matching shirts, and like when she made the connection that we were there, the friend, it was like the best day ever. So after shoes, breakfast, it was phenomenal. Like any kid's dream to be at Disney World with their friend. So
especially unexpectedly, like, oh my gosh, we're at Walt Disney World. We're having a character breakfast and we're at Walt Disney World together. Oh my God.
I know. It was so fun. And the son, like the younger brother is the same age as my son. So like they're friends too. And it was just like the best day. So that was that trip. And then I guess super quickly, we went in May for my daughter turning 7. Just quick highlights, I guess. Son's first time on Slinky Dog. He was obsessed with trying it. Questionable whether he liked it.
We gave it a shot.
Yeah, he said he'll go next time. I don't know.
He needs grandma there. I mean, that'd be super tame for grandma, but
I know.
yeah,
we did Cinderella's Royal Table for breakfast on her birthday. We've never done that before. That was like super cool. They built lightsabers. That was like Star Wars kids.
Still haven't done that. Jealous.
It was like the one when you get off of Star Tours, like the cheap one.
Okay, now I have done that. I've done that. Okay, the one in Tatooine Traders. I've done that.
Yes. They're not getting the expensive ones until they don't ruin things.
My wife won't let me have one of those yet either, and I'm 51. So
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm so scared to walk in like for marathon weekend with a lightsaber, dude. I like staying married.
Yeah. They still like did a little show, kind of like announced that they were getting them. So that was still kind of fun. It was Flower and Garden, which we've never done. That was super cool to see. We did midday swimming again because it was like 100 degrees for some reason this year in May in Florida. And one of the times Donald and Goofy were in the resort in the lobby. So my son went out, and my daughter, we went to go find Pascal, like what I talked about earlier. Donald is an absolute, like, I don't know the word I want to use, but he is a interesting character. He always tries to get in trouble. He made my daughter go into a Titanic pose. Like the end of Titanic, where they're like at the end of the ship, he made her do that to take a picture.
He's a menace.
Yes. That was really cool. Oh, hold on. Sorry.
It's all good. Just you talk bad about Donald and the lights go out on Jessica. You gotta be careful. Power.
And then we did stay one night at the Island Tower because we lucked out on a wait list to get in. And I will say it was super nice, super cool. We are very spoiled at the Riviera where everything's in one building, not used to like quick service being somewhere else. And a lot of people, but we did see the water pageant and we saw the fireworks from the beach, and that was like all I wanted to do. And that was phenomenal. But yeah, that was our.
I love the water pageant. You can't miss hearing the water pageant. I can tell you that. I mean, if you're in one of those hotels.
It was the music. It was like, I was like, oh, there it is. I hadn't seen it before. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe I saw it like at the end tail of it once, but that was super cool. It was a very special summer for my kids. I will just touch one thing. The special pin at the Skyliner that I like said on my notes was actually because my 3-year-old was having the most epic meltdown of his entire life. And the cast members came over and they were like, here, buddy, like, what's wrong? What's going on? Here's a pin you can't get anywhere else. Like it was a picture of a Skyliner with like characters in it. He's like, you can't get this pin anywhere else. Do you want this? And he was like, immediately was like, yeah. And then he was fine. And I was just like, I was so upset because I'm sure everyone who has a 3-year-old understands the tantrums, especially the Disney tantrums. And it was just like, again, moments like this where they took their time out to be like, hey, let me help you. We'll get over this. And they just went about our business.
And I've heard those Skyliner pins that say I had my first epic meltdown on the Disney Skyliner on eBay. Really, really going for it. No, just
yeah.
I tell you what, a stranger offered something like when a kid, they're just like, it's like, God, where
I know he was kind of like,
can I take you home with me? Because like this is gonna happen 12 times when I'm at the grocery store. You know, like when I get home, it's it's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, that electric water pageant. I stayed at the Contemporary in June, and I had one of those garden wing rooms that's like right on that little, the little the causeway there between Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake.
Yeah,
come by, but I was like, oh my God, like that thing scared me. I was like 20 feet from my window, and that thing is so loud. But I love electric water pageant. It's so good. You had a summer like, I mean, to end all summers. I mean, your kids, they're lucky.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have a hard time topping this summer. It was started as one trip that ended up as 3, and one kind of weekend, was a surprise trip. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna top that, but we will find a way. I think the next time we're gonna try to do like next Christmas party to have something new. And it's just funny because I'm like, we had so much fun this summer. It's going to be really hard to wait a whole year to take them back. So,
but you got all the memories, and you got a lot to talk about. A lot, you got all the photos, the videos, all that stuff to kind of, because that's the kids like to do. They can just watch it a million times. I'm the same way. Especially like Google Photos will pop up. This time 6 months ago, this time a year ago, and I watch them every time. It's the best.
They love looking through. I pull up like the albums in my phone too, and they love and they talk about it. I mean, we have like Disney stuff kind of around our house, and we have a height chart of like what you can ride. So my daughter's tall, she's a gigantic 7-year-old. But my son is 3, which he's also tall, but he likes to stand up to be like, what can I ride next? I was like, well, and then my daughter would be like, you can ride Rock and Roller Coaster soon, but you shouldn't do that.
I love it. You can
ride Expedition Everest, but you shouldn't do that.
Well, if you got a very tall 7-year-old who's a basketball player, University of Illinois Chicago Flames, I'm going to do a little recruiting here. I don't know if it's legal.
Right.
But we'll get
in 11 years.
Exactly. We'll get an NIL deal working here shortly. I know somebody within that program. We'll see what we can do here. Trying to get some work done. Jessica, I appreciate you taking the time to make this week awesome to get it started. And again, thank you for everything you do, being a nurse and taking care of all of us, because we appreciate you guys in your profession. We need you more than ever. So thanks so much.
Of course. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I could talk for days about this. So it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime. We'll do it again when you take your next 3 trips in 3 months and have plenty to talk about.
Well, there's potential that next year we have a couple adult trips without the kids. So I'll hit you back up for that.
It'll be so fun. I mean, yes, we'll have to, because you have to do Trader Sam's and Oga's and Geo82.
You really want to do Beacon Bear. I turn 40 next year, so I'm like, we have to get on the schedule ASAP. Let's go. Yeah. And then we got to explore the cruises, because now my daughter understands cruises, and I said, we got to talk to Mike, because
the cruises are just next level. I'm telling you, like, I'm going in a couple weeks on the Destiny. I know no Marvel characters. I don't know who Loki is or I've never seen Black Panther. I don't know I've never seen I've never seen a Marvel movie. I'm just going to be like, I don't know who, like, people passing me in the halls. I don't know who you are, but I'm on a Disney cruise ship. It's the best. Let's go. I know. I'm going to learn. So we'll figure it out. Hey, thanks so much, and hope you have a great week.
You
All
too.
right.
Thank you.
Don't forget today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. All the destinations, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney. Swing by the website this week over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link as you do that holiday shopping. It really does help us out. Just bookmark that link, put it up in your toolbar. It is beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make the show possible. Can't do it without your support. So thank you to each and every one of you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest every week. Come on over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow the show on the social media. I'm at beourguestmike on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. You can come over and join us in the clubhouse. That's our free Discord server, man. We have a good time there all the time, 24/7. It's like a live message board chat room. Just incredible. Come on over. Your invitation's waiting. It's at beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And finally, we have our live call-in show Sunday nights. It's at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. We open up the phone lines, take your calls, talk Disney, have a good time. And we'll be waiting for your calls. So join us on Sunday night. That's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. Join us and give us a call. Scotty G is on the show as well on Sunday nights. All right. So for Jessica out in New York, I'm Mike here in Missouri. You guys have a great week until we have the listener questions on Wednesday. You guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Good stuff. And so somebody turn the heat up upstairs. I'm in the basement. We got like 100 degrees in here in the last like 15 minutes.
That's what I'm in the attic, so I was like, I'm getting a little cold.
Yeah, the opposite. Like it was cold in here when the show started. And it's like whoo. I like the show's going. Like, I can't take the hoodie off, and like I'm just like I'm melting. Like, am I turning red? Like,
I'm like slowly putting this higher and higher.
Because like the register's up on the ceiling right here, and I'm like, I just want to like sneak up there real quick and close that thing because I can just here. Oh my gosh! Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and hope you enjoyed on Monday.
Yeah, I have a lot of people who are going to listen in, so hopefully you get some more followers.
Hey, that's always good. All right, well, take care, Jessica. If you need anything, give me a yell.
I will. Thank you.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.